Will Clint Barton be able to bring his newest super team together, or are the odds too stacked against them? Let's hop into the pages of Thunderbolts issue number 2 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we rejoin the story, Hawkeye makes it to the Thunderbolts offices early in the morning with coffee to try and set a good example, only here's the thing. This isn't like any of his other old superhero teams where he can just stroll on in wherever he wants. Early is still considered late for these people, and poor Luke Cage is already up against it right now, getting torn apart by the media. During that morning's press conference, Clint swoops on in to try and save him, but unfortunately he doesn't do much better as the questions begin to turn about the response that Hawkeye and his group had dealing with Fisk's rogue Thunderbolts and all the damage they did last issue. Perhaps the most painful and prevailing question, though, is still why was Clint of all people chosen to lead this new Thunderbolts team? I mean, he doesn't exactly have the best resume when it comes to leading teams. Most of them disappear overnight. Personally, I'm still tore up over Occupy Avengers from David F. Walker. I thought that series had a ton of unrealized potential. Also, Jim Zub has mentioned it in interviews, and I mentioned it in the last video, but if you couldn't tell, this new Thunderbolt series takes a lot of inspiration from Ted Lasso, and this whole combative media scrum here reminds me very much of the first couple seasons. Thankfully, Luke and Hawkeye end up getting saved from all the awkwardness because it's time for the Thunderbolts to get sent on their next mission. It would seem that there's trouble at the Met, and only Hawkeye and his team can deal with the problem. Granted, his team is slightly diminished right now. America Chavez never showed up for work, and despite Monica Rambeau joining the team at the end of the previous issue, she's not actually on paper yet, so she still can't legally join the team just now. Now, what's all the hubbub at the museum about? Well, it seems that the building has been taken over by some strange little creature called Eegro the Unbreakable. Its size is deceptive, though, as it's able to completely clobber poor Power Man Victor. Persuasion thinks that she can save the team a lot of trouble by getting into its brain with her purple power and trying to turn it off. Sadly, its strange alien biology proves to be too much for her to handle. With that course of action failing, Guts and Glory figures the next best thing they can do is just shoot the damn thing and have it be over with. Unfortunately, Eegro, much like Gamera before him, is friends to children everywhere, and the assembled kids stop Guts and Glory from executing their new cute little alien buddy. In the end, the only person who ends up making a dent at all is America, who shows up late, but thankfully does end up showing up in enough time to actually win this thing's respect by pounding it into the dirt. Also, after forming a psychic link with Persuasion, Eegro can now speak English. Turns out it was never evil. It only came to the museum from Monster Island to see if the humans had erected any statues to its greatness, and when he didn't see it, well, he freaked out just a little bit. So yeah, the day is saved, the threat is ended, because it wasn't really much of a threat at all, just one giant misunderstanding. Sadly, Power Man doesn't feel that way. He's really dejected and despondent right now, feeling like he failed on only his second mission as a Thunderbolt. This is where Clint, who honestly didn't do much during the fight itself, is able to slip on in and actually do some of his best work. Again, this series is inspired by Ted Lasso, and Clint gives Victor an uplifting speech about being a hero and how sometimes you're going to be thrown curveballs in the field and all you can really do is get back up and try again. Also, don't bother beating yourself up and saying you're the worst member of a superhero team. I'm Hawkeye. I often feel like I'm the worst member of every super team I'm on. But this isn't actually where the story ends. You see, once the image consultants catch wind of this Eegro character, they love the idea of the Thunderbolts having a cute animal sidekick so much, they decide to make him a member of the team right away just because he plays so well to the child demographic. And hey, if Luke Cage wants to make his job as mayor that much easier, he's going to have to be sure to lock up as many demographics as humanly possible. Even if doing so seems like it's going to throw another wrench into a team that didn't need any more problems. As the comic comes to a close, they all do that fun fake smile thing for their big team picture. And so that was Thunderbolts issue number 2, everybody, and once again I ended up having a hell of a lot of fun with this story. It's short, sweet, simple, to the point, doesn't mess around, offers great action, but even better character moments. Clint is in rare positive form here, and 2 issues in, I gotta say I love the idea that there's no big overarching bad guy seemingly we have to worry about. The problem really is just interpersonal dynamics and image consultants who really don't seem to care about the superheroes and the work they do in the field. Again, and I know I sound like a broken record on this, a lot like Ted Lasso, where just the feel-good wholesomeness is part and parcel of why you keep coming back. Again, that's still not to say there isn't a lot of mystery still going on here. What's Guts and Glory's deal? Why can't America America Chavez use her portals anymore. Hey, they promise next issue they're going to be fighting a bunch of superpowered apes. That should be fun. There really is nothing else like Thunderbolts on the shelf right now, which is why I would give this one another very positive 8 out of 10. Definitely check this one out, especially if you're bored with a lot of the other team books that the big two comic companies are putting out right now.
Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.